Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Fortunate Z. If you are new here, welcome yourself to the family officially by hitting that subscribe button. Don't forget to like this video, share it, and leave a comment down below. And to my regular schmegular day ones, thank you for joining me again today. On today's video, I'll be giving you guys questions you need to ask your host families, your potential host families during a Skype interview. Let's get started.
Ever since the day that you went away, you've been flowers to me, flowers today.
Okay, you need to ask questions about the children. Ask like what the children like doing, what their hobbies, what are their personalities, like their ages and everything like that. And if you do get a chance to Skype with your potential host kids, ask them what they like doing, what do they like doing for fun, and make sure you remember their names. Because I remember when I was Skyping with the current family that I have, like I would get the kids' names mixed up and the kids didn't like them. Like, no, that's not my name. You know, like make sure you remember the kids' names and everything, and ask a lot of questions about the kids, because that's what your job will be. Your job will just revolve around the kids. That's what an au pair is. Basically, your whole work life is the kids. So you need to make sure you ask a lot of questions about the kids and everything like that. Also, adding on to the kids, you need to ask about your work schedule. Like you need to know your work schedule from the get-go to know if it's something that you'll be able to handle, because you know, like some host families might require things from you that you're not able to do. So like just ask, so what is, like, please give me a breakdown of what my potential schedule would look like, you know. And then they'll tell you, okay, from the morning you do this, or you don't start working in the morning, like you're gonna work on weekends. And if that's not okay with you, but like you know, then you know this is not gonna be the right fit for you. And with you asking all these, like the schedule questions right off the bed, maybe not right off the bed, maybe like your third interview, you know, like ask the work schedule what it's gonna be like. And if they're saying now you're gonna be working on weekends and you're like a person that likes going to church on Sunday, or you like having time to yourself on Saturdays, you might say that's not gonna work for me. Can we work around that? If you guys have already matched, you know, like can we work around that? Or just know yourself that this is not gonna be the perfect fit for me. This is not gonna be the right family for me. Also, you're not only just going to be living with the kids, you're going to be living with the parents as well. You need to show some interest in the parents as well. Like ask them, so what do you do for work? Like what are you? You know, I'm a lawyer, I'm a doctor. Oh, that's nice. Like what brought you into that line of work? I remember one of my potential host families, I actually did ask my host mom like what brought her into that line of work. She was a doctor and everything, and it was the answer was very interesting. You know, like if you ask questions like that, oh, that's nice. So what do you do for fun? And like her husband, the lady that I was interviewing with, her husband really likes soccer. So like ask him, so what do you do in your spare time? And he'd be like, oh, I read a lot and I actually watch a lot of soccer. And he loved that I was from Africa and that like soccer is such a huge thing in Africa. He was like, oh, we might watch that together. And I was like, I'm sorry, sir, I really don't be watching soccer like that. But you know, it was really nice for him to like, okay, you know, that I asked that question, because he really went off. He like couldn't wait to tell me about Real Madrid, about Manchester, about this and that, and I had no idea what he was talking about because I don't really watch soccer like that. So like also show an interest in your host family, in your host parents, like what's their interest like and everything like that. And most importantly, you need to ask questions about the house, like what's your curfew? You know, like some families might need you to be at home at 9 p.m. You know, and that might not work for you. And if you do not ask those questions and you get there and they tell you, oh, you need to be here at 9 p.m. and now you're shocked. You're like, oh, wait, you never told me that. Well, you never asked. That's why it's important for you to ask those questions right off during the whole interview process. Like ask them, what are your house rules? Like, you know, they might not want you to wear hats in the house or something. Like what are your house rules? They might not want you to have friends over. They might not want you to have sleepovers, because I remember my family told me that they don't like sleepovers. They're like, oh, we just don't really like sleepovers like that. And it was like, oh, okay, because I mean it was just a minor thing, you know. But like if you're a person who likes having sleepovers like that, that might not work for you. You might like, I'm trying to have slumber parties, ma'am, and that will not work for me, you know. You need to ask about questions like that. You need to ask about, are you going to be able to use the car? If you're going to be driving the kids around, can you use the car in your spare time? Because some families will be like, no, the car is only for work purposes. Okay, so if I'm not using the car, are you providing me with like maybe a bus card, a train card to use public transportation? And if not, and they say, no, you're going to have to use your personal money to do personal things. And if that does not work with you, then you know, okay, this is not going to work. This is right off the beat. Because I have a friend that actually, like, she drives her kids, and then on the weekend she has like a bus pass and train pass and everything. If she's trying to use public transportation on the weekend, then she does that. I don't drive, I don't cook, I don't clean, but let me tell you, I got this job. So this is what happened. I'm just playing, guys. Okay, these are just miscellaneous questions, but are very important. You need to ask for their current au pair's contact details. That is very important, because like the current au pair will tell you exactly what they like, you know, like, so what are they like? Because she's lived with them for the past year or past 2 years or whatever. You need to have like a chat with her, like, tell me, girl, like, how are the kids? Or if they had a bro pair or whatever, like, you need to tell me, how are these kids, how are the family? And they'll be able to tell you, be able to connect with them in that level. Like, you both workers, you know, they will not hide anything from you, because I mean, what do they have to lose or gain from lying to you? And those are the people that would not lie to you. And if the host family, if your potential host family, you're asking them for their current au pair's details and they don't want to give them to you, that should tell you something fishy. Like, why are they hiding? If they have nothing to hide, then they should freely give them to you, you know, like, oh sure, go ahead, chat to her, she's very nice. Like, I remember I had a chat with the previous au pair that was au pairing for the family. Like, I talked to her, she was really nice and everything. She had like good things to say about them and stuff like that, and we still chat on Instagram right now, you know. Like, you build a relationship with their previous au pair, and like, when you first get here excuse me, when you first get here, the kids are going to be talking about the previous au pair a lot. And it'll also help if you like get to know her, know what she was like. And when the kids are saying something about her, you don't get, you know, don't get touched, because it's annoying sometimes, because like, you trying to bond with the kids and like they're bringing their previous au pair up. But then if you also had like a relationship with her, even though it was via social media, you try and get a sense of what the kids are missing, you know. Okay, another question for the family. You need to ask them what attracted them to you, you know, like, also ask them what their ideal au pair is, because just as you have your ideal host family, they have their ideal au pair. Like, we want our au pair to wear skirts, we don't want our au pair to wear makeup, we don't want our au pair, you know, they have their ideal au pair. Because I remember one of the families that I had an interview with actually told me that they don't want me to wear makeup, they don't want me to do this, and I was like, man, I'm out. Another question for the family, you need to ask them what your responsibilities are. As much as you're an au pair, you're also part of the family, you know. Like, oh, we might need you to take out the trash from time to time, we might need you to do this and that. Like, ask. If you're not comfortable with that, then you know this is not the right family for you. That's why it's so important to ask a lot of questions during your au pair interviews, and not just talk them like, just see them like, oh, sorry, I don't have any questions at all. And then when you get over here, you get surprised. Luckily enough, I never had any questions for my au pair families, but I had like a few questions, and when I got here, I wasn't really surprised, because like, during our interview, they kind of like answered all the questions that I had in mind, and I really had no questions for them. Like, oh, do you have any questions? I'm like, nah, you answered everything and we good, you know. But just try and like think of questions that you might like, that might be important, that you don't think are important, but just like ask as much questions as you can. And obviously, before you go into any interview, you need to research the area that they live in, you know. Ask them what brought them into this area, why do you like the area so much, like what's nice in the area, you know. But also with your research, you already know like what things are there. I remember when I googled where I live, they had like a library close by, they have a Starbucks close by, they have a bank, they have literally everything, they have playgrounds. And when I asked my host family what interested them in the family was in the area, was the school is just close by, their synagogue is just close by, like everything that they need for their kids is just close by. So yeah, just ask all those questions, be interested in the kids' life and the host parents' life, and any questions that might be of help to you. If you liked this video and you still made it this far and you'd like to see more videos like this, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to like, share, and leave a comment down below, as I'll be bringing you more content like this. See you in my next video. Bye bye.